What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to another All-22 film breakdown. Shout out to you guys for reminding me to do this. I know I talked about it, doing it in the post-game reaction video. So here we are. This is the game-winning drive for the Dallas Cowboys and how they defeated the Pittsburgh Steelers 20-17 on Sunday Night Football. So this is a special video because I'm dropping the second All-22 film breakdown. If you haven't seen the first one, I strongly recommend you see it. A lot of the success that you see on this game-winning drive came from that first breakdown and what this offense was doing successfully Sunday night. So highly recommend you check it out. And without further ado, again, another disclaimer. I am not a professional. I'm not an analyst, just a fan admiring the details of the game. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and let's jump on in. So just a friendly reminder, this drive was 19 plays total, started at the Dallas 30. They went 70 yards, 4 minutes, and 36 seconds to win this game. And it all started with running the football. Great run here to start off the drive. Great work from the offensive line and Rico Dowdle. As we stop it here, you can see the things that we talked about in the previous video, but just quickly, I'll tell you what they're doing so successfully is right off the snap, they're doubling. Now, this is something that the Cowboys have done weeks 1 through 4, but they just haven't been able to do it successfully. So you got Terrence Steele, Zach Martin doubling, and you got Cooper Beebe and TJ Bass. By the way, TJ Bass did a great job stepping in. And Tyler Smith, how about him on the left side doing great work? But regardless, if you can double team successfully, Rico immediately is going to have options and choices of whether to hit the middle or take it wide. This is something that they did successfully against Pittsburgh, and it's not something that we haven't seen them do successfully weeks 1 through 4. And you can see Rico is a part of this equation as well because you need a running back with speed, agility, shiftness to hit those gaps and give you those yards. So as we go forward, he does a great job of stalling the linebacker and making that last-minute choice to hit this gap right here, and just a really great run and great play to start off the drive. Another play later in the drive, same concept, same thing that you're going to see. You're going to see the double at the top. And Rico, with his speed and his ability to cut up the field, gets a great gain. Next play here is going to be a pass. And again, this is something that we talked about in the previous video, where this is just all route design. Great route design, great play design by Schottenheimer and McCarthy. As we review the play, you can see just by the personnel and by the formation, the play design is going to the right, or at least they're showing that it's going to go to the right. And this is great because you're favoring your number one wide receiver. You're giving him a matchup. You're giving him a chance. You're making him a priority. Now, Dak, being the great quarterback that he is, he knows the play design that's about to come. He knows the play call that's about to come. And he knows that this is going to be an easy completion to 88. Great play design helps this be a one-on-one matchup, and number 24 for Pittsburgh is playing 5-7 yards off the line, and it's an easy completion. This is just way too easy. And this is what I'm talking about. Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer, they're responsible for this. They're responsible for calling these plays, designing these routes and these plays to get their playmakers the ball. And you can see based off of the snap, everyone's going right, but it's an easy curl route that's going to move the chains and keep the ball moving down the field, and you're giving it to your playmaker, number 88. Great play. Next play here is another important third down conversion, and it comes down to route design and great execution. So as you can see right here, as we review the play, you have trips on the left-hand side, really bunching that up to make it difficult for the Steelers to make a read because these guys are going to disperse, and now the Steelers have to react. So let's see what happens. They're going to bring Jalen Tolbert over here. And I wanted to pause it right here because we've seen this sort of concept run by the Cowboys, and I'm specifically thinking about week 3 against Baltimore. The only problem, though, is this concept where you're running receivers next to each other. It was being ran 10, 15 yards down the field. And that's just not good football IQ because, offensive protection plays into that, and now they're, 10 yards down the field. But right off the snap is a good time to do it because that is going to force the defense to react. So you got Jalen Tolbert running in the flat here. CD taking the attention. Now, this technically isn't a pick play, but it is by design to run these two Pittsburgh defensive backs together. And that's CD's job as a route runner right here, is to take that attention in the both of them. And the idea behind the route design and the play design is to give Dak a window. Is just give him a small window. And if he can make that throw and make that decision in that split second. I mean, the rest is up to the playmakers. And you can see as soon as he plants his foot, he starts the wind up because this is a play to Jake Ferguson right here. Jake turns around. You can see the defensive back now has to move through CD, and Dak's going to deliver this throw to Jake Ferguson. And then Jake does a great job coming back to the ball, making a move, and extending the play past the chains for a first down. All right, and this is where the fun begins here. You're getting a Lipke screen. This is a great throw by Dak, filling the presence of TJ Watt. And Lipke is so versatile here, getting it inside the 5. A lot of things working on this play right here. Based off of the snap right here, you're going to see BB pull off of the snap. And TJ Bass, again, tipping your hat to him because he had to come in and fill in after Guyton left the game. BB does a great job of getting out in front of the field. Bass does a great job of pulling from his block. Now, Steele, that's another discussion for another time, but he gets beat off of this. I personally don't believe this was intended. This wasn't intended to pull TJ Watt in to sell the screen. I think Steele just got beat, but if I'm wrong, comment down below. We can argue in the comments about that. But man, talk about Lipke being so versatile, man. He is the X factor. He is a weapon for the Cowboys, as you can see. Great execution by the linemen because now you got 2 offensive linemen paving the way. And Lipke, man, he's so versatile. He can play the tight end. He can play a fullback, the running back. He can run like a wide receiver. And now you got the Great Wall of Dallas out here in front of you. And Lipke, with great ball carrier vision, gets this inside the 5. What an exciting play. And, of course, we have the game-winning touchdown. I did a whole short on this on my Instagram, and part of it is here on YouTube, and it's on TikTok. So be sure to check that out because this is an amazing story behind this play. But as we can see here, it's a mesh concept. It is meant for CD down here below because, frankly, I just don't see Dak looking at Turpin here or Fergie because Ferguson fell down here. But you can see CD Lamb is bringing the mesh concept right here with Jalen Tolbert. And then CeeDee Lamb is well covered on this play. So Pittsburgh plays CD really well. And this is interesting because it actually bumps Tolbert off the line. And I get flashbacks to Schoonmaker in Philadelphia last year where Schoonmaker didn't get back to the line. And he was short of the line ultimately. But Tolbert does a great job of fighting back into the end zone because he knows if this ball is going his way and if he's tackled, he's going to be tackled immediately. So he makes sure that he is across the end zone. This is just great work by Jalen Tolbert, the wide receiver. And Dak does a great job. I mean, if we rewind it here, you can see the block from TJ Bass just clearing that, extra 1 or 2 seconds that Dak needs for this play to go out. And then Dak just steps up in the pocket and, all that time and chemistry that is spent in the offseason during the summer is between number 4 and number 1 right now. And great job, Jalen, man. I'm so happy for Tolbert to get this catch and obviously just win the game for the Cowboys. But thank you again so much for watching this All-22 film breakdown. Just a really great drive. And obviously a lot of improvement with the offensive line scheming with the doubles and making its way to the second tier. I think Rico has really shown himself to be the running back 1. Now, if we can maybe get a tandem with him, I mean, could that be Dalvin Cook? Could that be Deuce Vaughn? I don't know, but it would be really nice to see a second running back right there that can have that shiftiness, that speed, and all that agility. But it definitely wasn't easy. This Pittsburgh defense answered back a couple of times during the drive, but the Cowboys found success. And I hope you guys can see that, scheme really opens things up for Dak. Scheme and good route design, good play design, it opens things up for offenses to do what they need to do and get the ball into their playmakers' hands. And this is a reminder, there was only 1 catch to CD in this drive. It was on that curl route. I mean, this was a drive that was heavily relied on other players, Ferguson, Lipke, Tolbert, and that's just a great job of Dak distributing the ball, but also another great job of Brian Schottenheimer and Mike McCarthy utilizing their players. But be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and go Cowboys.